Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We have come to Bastion's Keep in order to carry on doing our bounties, but while we're here, we do have another thing we can do, and that's head across to kill Cydea at level 70, Torment 4. We're running at Torment 4, as we have been for a couple of episodes, so I think that's going to be a good opportunity for us to tick that off. Let's go see the lady herself. Right, I need to make sure we've actually got our various bits and bobs on. Power Shrine, that would be quite nice. Right, now we are still in very much the glass cannon mode. Right, I don't want to be caught by that. Right, you know what? Let's get these guys just exploded and make this a bit simpler. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to teleport down there. Yes, as I was saying, we're in glass cannon mode. In that we've got a load of damage output, but we don't really have the survivability to back it up. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we need. The biggest benefit at the moment is either going to be the Swami or the Halo of Karini, both providing much needed damage reduction in different ways for our character. So what we're hoping is, face explosion, as we're going through doing the various bounties, we might get lucky with the drop, and if not, we'll have to, you know what, let's explode on this guy as well. We'll have to just rely on using blood shards or something. Blood shards or death's breaths to gamble for or upgrade items. Both very viable tactics, but they're just not as fast as finding the item directly. Still, beggars can't be choosers, can they? Now, because we've been very lucky and we found Veer's chest piece, we are getting the full 6-piece set bonus from Veer's Amazing Arcana, which is why our damage output is so high when we're in Archon form. It's literally every time we hit with something, we get an Archon stack, and every Archon stack is increasing our damage by 100%. That's not 100% on its previous amount, that's 100% on our base amount, so it's not just like getting exponentially larger, but it is getting significantly larger. Oh, I was hoping we'd get to destroy those guys while we were still in Archon form. Our cooldown's not bad, overall. It doesn't take long between Archon sets, but we are still vulnerable while outside of Archon form. So we definitely don't want to go taking any unnecessary risks. Alright, won't be long until we're at the lady herself. Into the heart of the curse. We'll just put that Garrigan point into cooldown reduction because that will definitely help. Make sure that these are nice and refreshed. I expect it'll only take a couple of seconds. We are very powerful in Archon form, even without that extra damage reduction that I was talking about from the Halo of Karini. So, Torment 4, she's going to fall over pretty quickly. But it's just when we're not in Archon form that we will struggle. Face explosion. Yeah, something like that could end up causing us to die just by accident. I think we're going to get to go Archon on her. Come back here. Wait, where's she go? There we go. Two-handed axe, not what we were looking for. But we'll have a look at it. And then we'll start on with the bounties that we were talking about. But just Carver, it's alright. In fact, it does quite a good amount of damage just for what it is. We are, of course, using the Blood Magic Edge at the moment. That's a temporary thing. We'll be changing over to Pig Sticker as soon as the opportunity presents itself. Right. Help Colonel Severin. Now, Colonel Severin's going to be around somewhere, probably just down to the south, actually, if I remember rightly. Got like a little enclosure area. Oh, hello, you. Nope, let's not stand directly in the middle of all of that. That is too much extra damage coming in. Once we've got Archon form up though, we don't really need to worry about it because we are so much stronger in Archon form. But it's those times in between that we really suffer. Right, we've finally got an arrow on our map, so we can head over and see what Colonel Severin's up to. Now, we are at Garrigan level 58 at the moment. Always good to be getting more levels, more experience. So I do like stopping to kill stuff on the way. As long as it's not putting us in unnecessary danger, it's always worth it for the extra experience. And the face explosions are fun. Okie dokie. We will defend this camp. I would say with our lives, but really with their lives, because I'm not going to die. Let's wait until things get a little bit further in before we activate Archon mode. I want it to last until the end of the fight. There we go. Yeah, I'm the hero. You better believe it. Let's go kill Gom. We'll do the boss fights early-ish. Yeah, so activating Archon mode does make some of the fights almost trivial in some ways. But the rest of the time, because we don't have a massive cooldown reduction, there is still quite a lot of downtime in between those activations. We pretty much need cooldown reduction on everything in our final setup in order to keep the stacks that we get after. With our equipment, we're going to get to keep our Archon stacks after we come out of Archon form for about 20 seconds. With almost maximum cooldown reduction, we can get that cooldown on Archon to just less than 20 seconds. So that'll allow us to almost double dip. You know, keep the... no, let's not stand in the middle of that. Keep the stacks nice and high until we can jump back into Archon form again. Yeah, more death breaths. Just in time for our Archon to have worn off. That's fine. Gom is not a dangerous foe. At least not at this level. He's got a lot of farty stuff. He's got a lot of crap that he flings around, but we should be able to face tank it all. We'll keep an eye on our health, of course. Make sure we're not going to run into any difficulty. That was a little bit painful. It's fine until he starts multi-stacking it. But we can keep nice and mobile. And as soon as Archon forms back, we're going to... ooh, face explosion. We're going to do a big amount of damage to him. Just keep moving around until it's ready to go again. Ugh, he just vomited on us. That is disgusting. Alright. I'm done with you. So every time we hit, we get another stack, which increases our damage by 100%. So it very quickly ramps up. There we go. Gom is down. That goes into resistance. And we're going to move on to the Icefall Caves. Sure. Sounds like a good plan. Icefall Caves are already marked. That's great. And they're not far away, which is even better. Lots and lots of flamey birdies is a big no-no for me. Individually, they're not so much of a problem, but in large combinations, these can do a lot of damage very quickly. Now, my fireball's bigger than your fireball. I mean, that's the story of being a wizard, isn't it? Okay, little scuttle bugs to kill. Frostclaw burrowers. And this is going to lead us round to... Oh, hello. Let's just get straight in on this guy. Now, you notice we're getting 1 stack per mob that we were hitting, not just per attack. So in large groups, you can very quickly ramp up the amount of damage that you're doing. Still doesn't make it last any longer, but it can be hugely beneficial in places where there's lots of easy to kill or quick to kill clustered minions, like all the scorpions in Act 4. Really don't want these guys to charge at us, so let's hope we can keep them stunned or kill them before that becomes an issue. There we go. Another face explosion just to warm the cave up. Yeah, that's a big fat no, mate. Big fat no. We're not going to have you knocking me flying today. It probably wouldn't actually get through our shield, but it's still not nice being knocked back. And until we get Krelm's braces, we are going to suffer from movement impairing effects and things like that. And there is nothing to stop us activating Archon as and when it's ready, just to speed up our progress through this. And of course, now that we've done that, there's no one left alive in this area. Absolutely wonderful. We're probably going to just run out as we start having to fight again. Or there could be no one on this level either. Where is everyone? There's someone. I mean, from all of that, our Archon is half back. Oh dear. Face explosion just as the dude starts doing his own explosion. So yeah, as you can see, the face gem, it's a blessing and a curse. We're trying to mitigate it as much as possible by keeping an Archon form. Really, that's all we can do. We don't have another way of dodging the stun that it causes. Zalusa the Grasping is gone. And we've only got 10 mobs left. Keeping the movement high. Yeah, we got the big one before it ran off. Ow. Yeah, so definitely did get through the shield. But we were perfectly fine. And another Garrigan level. Right, let's have a quick loot of this area just in case there's anything that's worth finding. Because we did kind of... Oh, actually, no. We've covered all of it except that tiny bit down there. And there's probably nothing down there. Like movement speed and resource cost reduction. We're full of stuff anyway. Time to head back to town. This is better for you, so let's get you using that one. That's a bit better on damage. Well, actually, we don't really care that much for his gear because we are going to re-gear him properly at some point. So, salvage. Butcher's Carver. The Butcher still inhabits his Carver. It's not really worth it. I suppose we'll hold on to it to potentially put it in the cube. There's no benefit to it. It just like growls at you now and then. but at least it's there. Okay. We've got to free the guards. Jeez, we're up to 66 stacks. That is quite a huge number. That's 6,600% on our normal damage. And Archon already gives it quite a boost as well. Be very interested to see what a face explosion was like in that kind of situation. Surprise these guys for teleporting right down into the middle of them. Now there is many ways that you can play the Archon build. We could go with the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac and try and reduce the cooldown that way. And it's not a terrible plan doing that. But we're going for the long-term strategy. And in the end, having Manald Heal, having the Compass Rose, having the Halo of Karini, those three together are going to give us what we need. And we've got the Ring of Raw Grandeur in the cube. Well, sorry, not in the cube, in the seasonal cube bonus, I should say. Which gives us a bit more flexibility with other parts of our equipment. Oh, we've got all the angry guys. Let's try and kill as many of the flamey dudes as... Oh, face explosion coming in. No. It cleared the area around us. It was quite painful. Quite painful. Cormac has fallen over again. We definitely need to get him some survivability at some point. But I don't want to spend resources on his equipment until we already have ours sorted. I do feel like that would be counterproductive. Okay, the last one is just over here. There we go. Take full advantage of the fact that Archon is going to last for a bit. Vengeful Massacre. Alright, another bounty done and another Garrigan level. Let's push on to kill Valafar the Noxious. That's at the Ariat Crater. Sounds like a dragon with like really bad breath. Okay, that's the way in, so it's not up that way. Let's find 50 minions to kill as well. These are the scorpions I was talking about that cluster together quite nicely. They're relatively easy to kill, as you can see by the fact that they're just dying to our regular attacks. So you can move through them quite quickly while in Archon form. Alright, it's all going okay. He knocked me back. That made me lose control. Face explosion happens. He ends up dying. Okay, let's do this in Archon form. That got us to 35 kills. I reckon we can do a bit better than that. As long as we can actually find stuff quickly enough. Apparently it's quite sparse on this map. Oh well. Ah, there they all are. Yeah. Okay, well we're definitely going to hit the 50. And then it's just about finding that Valafar. course, as we're going around doing these bounties, it's mostly so we can get the jewel crafting recipes at the end of it, get that part of the season journey ticked off. But we're also getting a ton of experience, which is getting us Garrigan levels, which is making us more powerful. Ad infinitum. Teleporter, frozen, fast, molten. We definitely want these guys to die sooner rather than later. And there goes the bounty. Alright, we'll kill a couple more things while we've got the Archon mode on. And head back to town. Let's go talk to Tyrael. Oh, you have done exceptionally well. Here, allow me to give you a gift. A gift of knowledge. And we got a ring out of that. Alright, let's see what this ring is. One more jewel crafting recipe. It's an Avarice band. Actually, it's not a bad one. That's better than our Archstone. So, yeah. Archstone's okay. It's not what we're doing with this build. I mean, I'll give it to you because, yeah, whatever. Let's teach these plans across, and this needs to go to Shen. Oh, Shen, allow me to teach you a Royal Topaz, and Royal Topaz does interest us. So, Imperial Topaz, in fact, let's go. So for a Royal Topaz, we need flawless Imperial Topazes. So we can make one of these. It's worth us doing. It's worth us doing. We're going to need a lot more where that came from, though. Okay, let's put the gems down, salvage up what we have. And then, do we have any? We don't have any greater rift keystones, so let's run a regular rift at this level, and we'll pick one of those up. Embrace your history. This is such a great way to get Death's Breaths. And of course a great way to get experience as well. As long as you're sensible with what you're doing and don't overstretch, and that is by far the biggest difficulty with where we are. Having the glass cannon field to us, yeah, you can blitz through a whole bunch of mobs and think, yeah, this is going really, really well. And then Archon runs out and you're in the middle of a bunch of mobs that you can't kill and you can't get away from. And that's when everything will fall over. Let's put that point in resist all. Especially with the face gem causing us to explode. So as long as we're a little bit cautious and a little bit sensible, we should be fine. Making me run away. Very bad. Frozen. Very bad. Me exploding at you. Very good. And it's just such a difference between our survival ability and our killing ability when we're in Archon form and when we're not. Oh no, no, let's not have all of those poison things landing on us. That seems like such a bad idea. Right, you're the problem. There we go. And your little friend down here is a problem as well. go. So yeah, as long as we don't overstretch, we'll be perfectly fine. I do worry about these guys though. Well, I mean, we've seen how much oppressors can do in terms of fiery explosion problems. Oh god, face explosion. Let's teleport away just for a second. Right, try and take advantage of the extra damage to kill as much stuff as possible. I wonder if I could face tank one of those ground explosions. I don't want to try it, but I feel like we should, so I know whether I need to run away in situations like that. Although as soon as we get something for helping our survivability, we'll probably end up putting the difficulty up, so those questions very quickly become irrelevant. Another face explosion, and we have some more dark moths to take care of. Let's teleport back just a little bit for the extra damage reduction. And as soon as I can... They almost made us run away. Right, we are halfway through this rift. It is not going badly. I was really hoping there'd be a pack down here. Ooh, a sword. I'm curious about what that is, but I'm not going to find out at the expense of my life. Okay, grab that. It's probably Sever. Dislike being locked in place. Dislike being locked in place when there's explosions going off under my feet. Man, these guys hurt. They hurt so much. We are such a glass cannon. Okay, and up here we are ready for another Archon run. Ooh, channeling pylon. We like channeling pylons. So that's going to allow us to just keep this Archon up all the time. And by the time we actually get round to another one, it will have already reset its cooldown. Alright, let's go back down through the middle. And this is our third and final one for the moment. But that's okay because we've pretty much killed everything on the map. Certainly everything of note. Just a couple of things left. Well, we can finish them off the old-fashioned way. With panic and complete fear. Alright, 82% through the rift. Let's move through to the next area. And we'll get that Rift Guardian all summoned up. Right, just across the bridge, that's where we're going. Teleport to speed it up a tiny bit. Ugh. Maggots. Good for building up large numbers of kills quickly. Okay. Very, very close to Rift Guardian time. I would mouse over and check, but I really want to make sure that these guys get killed properly. Base explosion to finish off those to 98%. Don't think Archon's quite going to be back by the time the Guardian gets summoned, but that's alright. Stone Singer. We should be able to explode him in just a moment. Oh, face explosion. I wonder if we can kill ourselves with the blowback from that. That is definitely a question that I don't want to find out the answer if it's a bad thing for. Right, there's this guy that I want to kill because Death Breaths. Ooh, a unique source. If that's the Orb of Infinite Depth, that's going to be pretty handy actually. Let's back up just a tiny bit. Fighting in the middle of those arcane beams is never going to be a good plan. Especially not with all their friends around. No. No touching. Man, they are persistent with those arcane beams, aren't they? Well, we're nearly ready for another Archon. Oh, no Death's Breath. Oh well. Let's head back to town. We'll do the levels. We'll do our identifications, and we'll see how that goes. So first of all, Auric, and that in Riftacular. Do our ID. That's Mirror Ball, isn't it? Oh no, it's the Oculus. Well, it will actually make us a lot more fragile. That was Sever, of course. So we're not going to use those. Let's put them across here. We'll put those points in, one over here and one down here. And let's go salvage up the rest of our stuff. Alright, we've got 128 blood shards. So we can at least have a chat with Kadala about rings. I don't think we have enough Death Breaths to try and upgrade. No, we've only got 18. So that's not going to work for us either. Okay, now one thing I did want to have a very quick look at is for the armor. We don't have the Sage. Oh no, we do have the Sage stuff. Sorry, we don't have the other one, the one that gives the extra Death Breaths. So we'd have to wait before even considering like a mix and match for gearing items. That's fine. Let's get rid of these rings and we'll drop these gems back off. So still quite far away from getting another Royal Topaz, but overall I'd say it's going pretty well. But that is going to be it for this episode. I'm afraid we are out of time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy it. It's slow progress at this point. We need more items, but it is steady progress at least. If you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3. See you soon.